child, you treat me this way. And I'm human, treat me this way. And sweet, I'm so tired, sweet, I'm so tired, you treat me this way.
Welcome to another episode
of when I said it backwards.
Dig Deep with me, Coach B.
And Audie.
I don't know why she's laughing so much.
Because you had your...
Must be my mug. Stupid is, stupid does. Forrest Gump. Welcome to another episode. This is episode number 8. Yes. Episode 5. Right, Spanish? Should I say it right? Not 5.
No.
Ocho.
Oh my god, that's 8.
Ocho. Oh my gosh, I got that confused.
Like
I totally
off.
butchered that. I've been married to you for a long time. I can't even get the numbers right in Spanish.
You only know that freaking phrase you always told my parents.
¿Dónde está la biblioteca?
My dad always...
Only thing I'm going to know.
My dad always gives me shit. Why aren't you teaching him Spanish? Well, why aren't you? You see him too.
I know the bad words.
Yeah, I teach you all the bad stuff.
Now my guy totally butchered that. So, this is going to be a fun episode. We just want to say thank you for all the support, everyone that's come and listened to us. I just checked out the Spotify numbers, and soon enough I think we're going to be public and we're going to sell some stock and get some investments, right? We're going to make it big. But in the meantime, we appreciate the support.
Yeah, thank you.
And everyone who's listened to us just gossip and talk and
gossip
and do all that stuff. But it was a crazy weekend for a lot of us. We had multiple athletes
a lot
of
of
mine
races.
And a lot of club members and friends run all these different races all over the place. Yeah, it was crazy. We had our friend Jackie run her first 50 mile. And then Keith ran CIM, and client Brian ran CIM, and then we had a bunch of people run Santa to Sea, 10K, half marathon. I mean, shoot, I can't even
5K was it?
Maybe 5K. I think they'd have 5K.
I don't know if they had a 5K.
I think they did have a 5K.
I don't remember.
They had a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that ran that.
And then we had Ray Miller. So that was
Ray
another.
Miller.
That was another
30K,
one.
50K, 50 miles.
50 miles. So it was exhausting.
You ran the 50K?
I ran the 50K, 32 miles, 16th overall. It wasn't the best performance I wanted, but I got what I needed out of that, and it was good. Can't complain. I mean, 32 miles is 32 miles, and it's a training run for next month. And
Sean O'Brien.
Sean O'Brien, 100K.
Oh my god.
This weekend was such a freaking stupid weekend with weather. I don't understand.
I know, it was really weird how
it was
hot.
Cold on Friday, and then
no, it was hot Friday, but it gets really cold at night.
Oh yeah, it was cold on Thursday, and then it got kind of warm on Friday, and then I looked at the weather and it said 60.
Yeah.
And it's literally the trails down the street from where it said 60. So I was like, it's probably gonna be that, and I pulled up to the parking lot or the parking situation, and it was 72 at 6:15, and I said, what the F? 72? Walk outside. And you can feel the warm heat, and I said, "Oh my gosh! Don't tell me it's gonna be one of these days." And and then literally the runners, every runner that I ran to, either DNF'd, went down into a lower distance. But it was such a weird day. I was so dehydrated. I was when I got back from the finish line, you could see Matt had salt all over his face.
Oh yeah, his face was covered in salt.
And then my face was probably 10 times worse than that, because when I saw Sergio, I was like, what the heck? And I didn't realize how dehydrated I was. It literally slowed me down. I was 7th place, 6th, 7th for a little bit, and then I just kept on dropping, and then I just couldn't eat anything, and then I got stung by a bee in the head. And oh my gosh, that was a freaking nightmare. Yeah, it was kind of, I don't want to say my fault, but I should have known better. Water spigot, bees hang out there, and then I turn it on, and then I wanted to soak my hat, and then a bee went in there and stung me back here. I don't even know if I'm allergic to them, so I kind of freaked out. And then some biker gave me Benadryl, and I didn't take it because I was like, I'm not going to take this. I'm not going to be able to run.
No, that makes you super drowsy.
And so the medic saw me, and she's like, well, if you haven't been in shock yet, you're fine. But then, the next aid station's 8 miles away. And I was like, gosh damn it, what if like I collapse in like this part of the trail, and then like they have to like, I literally was like, they have to air rescue me if anything were to happen. And so I kind of hung out with a couple people that I met through Instagram. And then I was like, dude, I gotta get this done. I don't want to be here anymore. You know, 6.5 hours. But you know, regardless, I finished, and
I know, and that's what matters.
Matt
You did
finished
great,
well.
yeah.
David did well. Some other people that I was cheering on, Nick, he did his first 50, I think. And then some other people, Tony, Katie, they all pretty much did really well. I'm talking about for Ray Miller, but...
No, Jackie did do Ray Miller.
Oh, yeah, Jackie. Just two Jackies.
I know, we know two Jackies. So Jackie...
Jackie did 30K,
and then
too.
Mary.
Mary did 30K.
I feel like someone else did it, too. I just can't remember.
My friend Jeff did 50K. He got second place. Yeah, it was just a crazy day. And
it was. I took Cody with me to go cheer you on.
Yeah,
it was hot.
We were supposed to do
Couldn't even believe how hot it was. Oh, yeah, you were supposed to run like an extra 10 miles.
I was going to run an extra 10 miles to make it like a 40-something mile day. And then I looked at Matt and said, dude, I can't do this.
Well, before you even got to the finish line, he looked at me. He said, Audie, I'm not running anymore. It's too hot. Yeah. He told me, he said, I'm not running anymore. It's too hot, and I doubt Brandon's going to want to run this. I said, probably not.
No, I was so salty, dehydrated. I was salty in so many ways because my quads, I was chafing because I put so much chafing cream on, and that would just, the heat just dried it all up. So, like, I had really bad chafing. Emily, another girl that passed me up, we were running together. She ran with us one time on our group run, and
yeah, she told me.
She was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "I can't even like run. Like my quads are just like it was like pulsing like this. It was so crampy, and then my hamstrings started cramping, and then when I started running downhill, I can feel everything just like it was just a day where I was like, I got to run and hike these last like 12 miles. So like, it's interesting because my goal would have been under 6 hours for sure. But it was just so hard for me to like push through it. Even like going down Ray Miller, and that's like an easy downhill.
Yeah.
I couldn't even run. Like it just hurt. I couldn't breathe. Like the weight of the bottles and just like dehydration. It was just like I just got to like jog it. And I was running like I think a like 11, 12 minute pace going down that thing. I just couldn't even run. And
that's like my pace.
And then I saw that. I saw you. And then I was like, okay, I got to pick it up a little bit.
You saw me?
Well, down there, I saw you like...
Oh, I was looking. I couldn't see.
So I had to...
I saw you when you came down. I had
to show up like I was doing some work down there. You know? But that was good. You know, I learned a lot. I had a lot of gel issues, which it wasn't the brand that I love, Mir. It was just the heat got to me, and then my stomach was getting upset, so I just ate watermelon.
Well, do you think also... what happened on Tuesday?
Then I had an issue on Tuesday where I had to go to the emergency room for some bloatness from food poisoning, gas issues. That it hurt to like, what happened? It hurt to like get up.
You were like on your all fours, or you're laying on the floor in pain.
I couldn't even get up. Like
it was
the
bad.
guy thought I was like pancreatitis, and so he was like, your pancreas might be like inflamed, and I was like, what the heck? And I was thinking about like Patrick Swayze, and I was like, all this cancer and all this shit, and I was like, what the hell? So they had to do blood work
and a CT
and so I think my stomach was kind of just like getting better, but I think just also
they did the CT scan. He came up to us and basically said that he didn't say it like this, but he said you basically have a giant piece of caca.
Yeah, pretty much.
In your intestines.
Yeah.
In your large intestine.
He said there was something stuck in the corner or something, and he said you just have to like detox.
And I was just laughing.
Drink more water
when
and
he
stuff.
said that.
Yeah.
Not at the situation, just at what he was explaining.
He said you just got backed up from whatever I ate, so
yeah.
Never again I'm going to eat Trader Joe's mango slices, organic. That just destroyed my body twice.
I've never had issues with that.
I never had issues.
Maybe because I only eat 2 to 3. You like eat the whole thing.
I eat the whole pack. I don't know. I can't even.
So I don't know. That's just.
I don't know. But it's okay. I'm alive. You know, it's just a weird week, and I just wanted I wanted that week to be like, all right, cool. I just wanted to finish strong on Saturday, which, you know, regardless, I still finished. And then Saturday, I was out there supporting all the runners locally.
Saturday.
Or Sunday. Which is great. And then my legs are a little better. They're still a little thrashed, but I'll probably do a light jog tomorrow.
Well, at least you're not, like, walking around like Frankenstein. You used to.
I felt like that yesterday.
You've gotten stronger over the years. Like, you're walking normal.
Yeah. I mean, you did 6 miles on your own, too.
Yeah, I did 6 miles on my own. And I thought it was going to be cold, so I'm, like, wearing a long sleeve and wore, like a beanie type headband. And I was going uphill, up the famous penis route that we run. And so I was running up that, and I was like, man, I don't feel good. And then I also forgot my gel at the house. I was so freaking hot going up those hills, because it's very up and down going up that. And then I see a freaking kid and a dad pass me up, like, of course, an 8-year-old. As I'm walking, it's like, go figure. Well, good for that kid. But
Well,
I was debating if I should turn around, but I was like, no, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to push through it. But by the time I hit mile 3, I was like, oh, fuck it. I'm going home to put on a tank top. It's so hot. And I was running with that beanie thing. My hand was freaking sweating from holding onto it.
it's such a weird...
It was weird, and I just felt really hot. And then I had a migraine on...
Saturday or Sunday?
This was Sunday, and I had a migraine on Saturday.
Yeah, you weren't feeling good Saturday.
I was not feeling good, and I rarely get migraines. I haven't had a migraine in, like, 2 years.
I know.
So, again, I was dehydrated. But it's like, damn, I drink so much water. But I should probably be drinking coconut water and putting lemon.
I think that was a huge
in my
thing
water.
that everyone I spoke to over the weekend, I mean, minus Sunday race because it was cold.
Yeah.
But everyone I spoke to on Saturday said they didn't expect the heat. And,
Well, yeah, especially in December. It's kind of...
yeah,
Odd,
it's just
80
around,
degrees.
Like 2 days of heat, and I think everyone expected it just to be like somewhat cooler because it's next to the ocean, but
Yeah.
there was no coolness. And
I thought it would be cooler, too.
I would say like 95% of that trail's exposed.
That's so crazy. Yeah, even
There's
when I...
only, like small shaded spots, which I can tell you, like going to like Magoo area, a little shade right there, going up Hell Hill, somewhat of a shade, and then going into Boney. Serrano Valley shade, and that's it. Really, everything is like just pure exposed.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh my god.
Well, when I was talking to Matt about it, when we were waiting for you, it's like, well, I know when we have races in like hotter weather, it's like you heat train. But in December, where are you gonna heat train? I'm not gonna drive to the desert.
No,
but even
but
the
you
desert's hot or
Yeah.
cold. I meant. So it's kind of it's just odd.
This is an odd weekend. Everyone. Matt said he's like, I don't even know if I drank enough water throughout the week. And, but, I mean, regardless,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad I didn't pass out and die.
Oh my god.
You know, that's all that matters, right?
Yeah.
I'm alive, I'm here. Right, Ed?
Yes.
So, I guess we were kind of talking about what we wanted to discuss today. And a lot of things that we've been dealing with ourselves have been, I guess, a couple topics. Values about ourselves and what we value in life, right? And then communication and how that works within our marriage, friendships, work, career, whatever it may be.
Any relationships you have with people.
Yeah, I mean, just
Yeah.
that itself. And, yeah, it's funny because... communications, like, I didn't realize, like, when I talk to a lot of people, that's like the one thing that that's the one thing that they say they lack on, right? Or they feel like they communicate but the other person doesn't communicate.
Yeah.
And it makes me think about that because I was like the really shitty communicator, you know, for such a long time. And even with you, you didn't communicate. You know, you thought I knew already what you're thinking. And so a lot of it was like, you should know this already. It's like, well, how am I supposed to know this if you never discuss it with me or like,
Yeah, I know.
or say it? Because, I mean, in the end, like, what did we say about assumptions? You know, make an ass out of yourself.
Yeah, you're going to
know?
make an ass out of yourself when you assume.
So we always learned, and we learned this through like Audrey and Nick.
Yeah.
You know, that
Constructive communication is what we learned through Audrey.
Yeah. So communication was our key to making a healthy marriage. You know, making it better from what it used to be. I mean, 13 years. I mean, look, you're gonna have ups and downs regardless, in a long-term commitment. But even communicating about like hey, I know, like, I have the day off today, so I went and got groceries and did all that stuff, right? Because I knew that.
I love when you do things like that.
Well, I knew when you got
It
home,
makes
you're
me
gonna
so
want
happy.
me to. I know you want me to help you out as much now that
Yeah.
I'm full time with Run Free and everything. So I'm trying to do my best
Yeah.
and do all that kind of
Well,
stuff.
thank
but,
you. I appreciate it.
Of course, but it's also like, we've been communicating more to our friends and really communicating, like, even to, like, communication could be even just communicating to what you believe in, right?
Yeah.
Having that one-on-one conversation.
And also, when you don't communicate, well, guess what gets blocked? Your throat chakra, which is right here. And that
Your throat's right there?
Huh?
Your throat's right there? I thought your throat's up here.
No, it's right here. No. Just kidding.
I mean, that does talk too.
I mean, it does. Actually, off topic, I used to work with this girl, and she was like, oh, what did she say? This is not my words, and this is not how I talk, but she said her asshole was throwing up.
Yeah. Disgusting.
No, it's like, what?
It's true.
Okay, well, back to
decent.
the, I don't know
where
why.
that came from.
I
I'm
don't
sorry.
know.
I don't know if Ed's going to cut that out or not.
No. If you know me, you know I always joke around about that kind of stuff. So,
But yeah, I mean, I think there's also, like, an aspect of talking about values and, like, what we value. And I think for us to really talk about, like, what we value in ourselves and what kind of value we want to bring into our relationship, within our marriage, into friendships, into career, I think those two hand in hand have to tie together, because you got to communicate what you really want and what you're trying to achieve, to, bring out more of your morals, your values, within your life. And I think for us, it's been like such an interesting thing, because we've been dealing with people that don't really know their value, and that's like a mindset thing. Like, sometimes I talk to people about that when I have these one-on-one conversations with my clients, and I tell them, like, you have so much value and you bring so much value to the plate that, like why aren't you seeing this?
I think because a lot of people aren't really taught a lot of this stuff. Like, I wasn't. To a certain extent, I was, but then it's like when you talk to someone that knows more about this kind of stuff, like.
But it's not like I'm not like an expert at it. But
no, but
like,
I'm just saying that
I've gone through
you're
a lot.
planting the seed where you're helping someone.
Yeah, I mean, I gone through a lot in my life, and it could, I'm not saying my life was worse than a lot of other people's, or their life is worse than mine, or whatever.
It's just life, a life
it's just
experience, yeah.
Life lessons and life experiences that have taught me how to become a better person. Like, as I get older, I become more wiser. I become balder. I become wiser. I'm starting to get gray hairs.
Do you want some of my hair?
I'm bald and beautiful, baby.
You can have some of my hair, so it's always everywhere.
And so I think as I'm 39, I'm going to be 40, you know what I mean, in like 6 months, right?
Oh, God.
I know. So I think about, like,
6 months?
it's pretty much 7 months. It's like almost July.
Oh, my God.
It's like half the year's already gone, pretty much, for us. And so,
Well, we're at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So, I mean, when you think about that, it's almost 2025.
I don't want to turn any more age.
I want to get older.
I
want
want
to
to be
die
forever young. Forever
old.
young.
I want to die old.
Well, of course I want to.
But I think, like when I look at you and what you want in your life and what you're trying to achieve in your life, I think you're still trying to figure out. I think you're still trying to figure out yourself, right? And I think you're still trying to figure out, like, what kind of value can you bring to the business. Like, a lot of the people that we talk to don't really know that we do a lot of energy stuff.
No,
right?
I think I keep that quiet, but it's like...
It's on our website and
Yeah.
everything, but she doesn't promote it for herself in any aspect, right? Nor do I. We went to school for this kind of stuff, and today I got a message from my teacher telling me, from when I went to go see him and do some energy stuff, he told me it's time, to get back into that purpose.
Oh, what did I tell you? I said, you are so gifted at what you do. That's not for me. That's all for you.
I think there's other...
But I was like, I just knew. I was like, well, he'll figure it out one day.
Yeah, I mean, I hope my my athletes kind of know that when I talk. I think there's like an aspect where they kind of figure like, you know, like one of them, Dre, like we had these conversations and we have like almost like 45 to an hour conversation, and there's like I mean, that's a long time, right? For a lot of people, usually most coaches are like probably like 20 minutes, 15, whatever it is. But with a lot of my clients, depending on their schedule, we can go forever, we can go less. And with him, you know, he's young, and we just have these like one-on-one conversations, and I feel like I create a lot of sparks in him to like, you know, create that fire within himself to like do what he wants to do. I mean, he's done a lot already in his life and he's so young, and so I think learning that and knowing like, man, like he looks forward to our conversations every week.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, you know, he looks up to me, right? He said I look up to like these conversations, I look up to like just learning more about you, and it makes me feel good about who I am as a person, right? Because I guess that's where my value comes from. It's just learning new things and really showcasing like other side of me that most people don't really know about unless I talk about it. But just like you.
Yeah, just like me. I mean, I know I could be goofy sometimes. My personality. I just like completely lost train of thought, but now I remembered. But I'm very intuitive, and I get afraid of my own psychic abilities, but I'm starting to embrace it more. And it's like the clairvoyant side too. I'm getting that curiosity killed the cat, where I'm starting to see random figures where I'll turn, I'll see a man standing. Like this morning I saw someone standing in our backyard. I don't know, must be that thing from the park. I saw someone standing in the backyard with a freaking sheet over their, I don't know, like, you know when you get like a ghost, like a white sheet? I looked outside and I saw that, and then it disappeared. It was so odd.
Yeah.
But I've been doing more meditations. Last night I decided to do a meditation of 432 frequency, the binaural beats. And as I'm doing this meditation, and thank you to Ruben who actually sent me this frequency, it's just straight, I can't explain the noise, but there's no music in the background. It's just like a hum. I don't know how to explain it, but I started listening to that. The first time I listened to it, I didn't really experience anything. And this time when I was listening to it last night after Nick and Audrey's holiday party, I was like, I'm going to go home and listen to this and meditate before I go to bed. And in this meditation, I know it was my higher self talking. And the message I got was, you've lost who you are. And then I thought about it when I was just sitting there like, what? And then again, it's like, you lost who you are. And I started to see visions of all my fears, my worries, anxieties, everyday stuff that is just kind of so, it's like, why am I worried about this? This is like overthinking. It's constantly on my mind. And I had that realization through listening to these beats. Like, what does that matter? And I also heard it's time to find who you really are. And then I saw, like, myself meditating, pulling my oracle cards, tarot, doing readings, doing the energy work with the crystals. And it's like I saw visions of books to learn more. And so I really realized, like, I've lost who I am because I've been so afraid of what people are going to think about me. But in reality, who gives a shit what people think about you? It's like an outside source is not going to bring me happiness. I bring my own happiness. Yes, there's like you that brings me happy, but I don't mean that. It's like the outside noise out of my family.
You got to realize
and
that
other things.
You got to realize that's you versus you.
Yeah. And that's what I really realized in this meditation last night.
It's always you versus you, and I tell most people, in life itself, like your mindset is what really, and that's what Merlin, told me today. And yeah, really, it's your mindset that really changes your reality. So like when you have a great mindset and you're going into everything thinking, whatever it is, negative, positive, that's what you're going to get out of it. And so I think a lot of us, even from, it's kind of interesting how people just kind of drift away from you, like everything seemed perfectly fine. And then once the election hit, all the energy, the chaos of this shifted. And for certain people, it shifted where they were really upset and pissed. And then for certain people, they didn't care. And then for other people, it was just like they were happy, right? So like, it wasn't just like our community of friends. It was just like in general, like you can feel the energy shift.
The energy. And also we're in the age of Aquarius too, where this was bound to happen with shifting of...
Well, I think
they say the split. I could go... I don't really know how to explain it, but things I listen to, I'm like, whoa, this is crazy.
The shift was, it changed a lot of people in a way where they either show up or they don't show up, right? Or they go out and they blame outside factors for their problems when in reality you control that. So it's like how do you respond to the situation, right? And I think a lot of people want to pin everything on like a person or a thing, but in reality it's you versus you. So like if you're going to be blaming all your problems on external factors,
well, it's not even just the election, it's just just a lot of different things, but that's one thing where I'm just like, whoa.
I didn't want to get into that, but I'm just saying like that I wasn't meaning
okay.
only.
I was just saying
like
in general. Oh, okay, because I was like, I think there's a lot of other
just
things.
In general, like it didn't really like election. It's just weird. Like I noticed that like right after the election, a lot of energy shifted from a lot of people. From just watching the news to YouTube to friendships to postings to social media, whatever it was, and you can see people either drift away or just like didn't let it affect them, and which that stuff you shouldn't let affect you, because at the end, like, it's funny because when I think about it, I saw this bigger picture of no one's here to rescue you other than you.
Yeah.
I think people are trying to praise other things when you should be praying. Like, I'm a big believer of God and Jesus, so I pray to that every day. But I also like look at it from a standpoint of I'm going to be divinely protected and I'm going to be divinely taken care of if I believe it. And in reality, like what did I tell you? When you're in the kingdom of God, in your heart, then you're in alignment to achieve every desire that you want. And I really truly believe that when you really put your sole focus on whatever you believe in and it's in your heart, you will be able to attract, manifest,
you'll be
gain some type of
in a higher frequency.
Gain some new consciousness. I mean, there's a lot of people that may not even believe in the spirituality stuff that we talk to, but they believe in some type of God, right? And I truly believe it's all the same message. Every religion teaches the same thing: be a good person. I mean, like, love one another, really. But I think it's the society aspect of people judging people based on their views in life that some people are like, I don't want to deal with them anymore because of what they believe in. But it's sad to me that like people will choose that sort of version of you and be like, oh, they're too cuckoo for me.
Well, it's like sad because, again, I'm going to I always bring this up, the book Power versus Force. It's like when you're in the highest frequency of love, you could be in a room full of, let's say there's 300 people, but you're that one person that has all this positivity and love. You could shift the energy. And I've seen it happen when I've been in rooms and everyone is like in chaos. It's like I take a deep breath and it's like I choose to not be in alignment with those people because I want to be in alignment with myself and being happy and in love. And I've been in conferences and I've seen it shift. Like there'd be like somebody getting all arguing. It's like, no, I'm not falling. I'm not going in your vibration. I stay in my positivity. I'm going to, of course, be assertive and have that constructive communication with someone, which is communicating how I feel. And I totally see a shift in that person.
Yeah, I mean,
it could work. I mean,
Well,
for me, it's worked,
the
but there's
way-
been times it doesn't. But I'm a true believer that that does happen.
but the way you talk now, you have more value. You bring more value to the plate, right? To everyone. Like, it's not just like I'm an introvert now. Like, I'm forcing you to get out of this idea that you created for yourself. Like, I truly believe, like, I was always an introvert. I never talked to anyone. I always had self-confidence issues growing up. I always had a lot of things going up. So, like, when I look at how I am now and what kind of value I bring to people and stuff like that, and how I was back in the day, it's much different. You know,
Yeah.
like, I think about it and I say, man, like, you know, like, I used the introvert word as an aspect of not wanting to talk to people, right? But now I look at myself and everyone in this community with running at least knows me personally or knows of me, and I didn't know that. You know, like, people are like, oh shit, like Dario yesterday was like, oh shit, Coach B is here. I gotta run faster now, and he texts me and he's like, dude, thanks for the extra motivation. I don't realize I do that, right? I didn't realize that my presence
That's so
alone
funny.
will be like, oh shit, like, all right, coach is watching me. You know what I mean? And I don't even train a lot of these people. Like, they're just part of the club, and I value them coming and supporting and having a good time. And you know what I mean? Like, I think I was the one to say, hey, take all the bread, take all that pumpkin bread you made. You know, and but it's funny how we never perceive ourselves to be the certain way, but then people perceive us.
I
that
know.
completely
I get
different,
that a
you know?
lot from people. They're like, I don't perceive myself in a certain way, but people always tell me that I'm a good listener and that I'm always giving good advice, and I don't really see it, I guess. But every time someone says, oh, I feel so much better when I talk to you, you're just more uplifting. And I guess I used to be a very negative person. I've gone through a lot in my life where now it's like I don't want to live playing a victim. I don't want that energy. I don't want to be like that poor me. Oh, I went through this. My dad was an alcoholic. I went through bullying, and it's like, well, what is that going to gain if I'm going to treat other people like that? And even you could be the nastiest human being, and I'm still going to be nice to you. I may put you in your place, most likely, and give you attitude, but I'm still going to try to be a positive person, because every time I see a hurt person, I think hurt people hurt other people. And it's sad to me, and I just want to always try to help other people. And I know sometimes you'll tell me, well, that's a lesson for them to learn.
It is.
But a lot of times it's like,
Sometimes
well,
you try to butt in too much.
Yeah.
And I tell you, you know what? That's free will. That's their choice.
Yeah,
Like,
it's free will,
if they want to be a dick, if they want to be an asshole, if they want to be,
if they want to play the
if they want to
victim,
be a victim, if they want to do whatever it is, if they want to treat people that way because that makes them feel better, that's on them. Like, at the end of the day, you try to put your nose where it doesn't belong, and I'm like, don't. Like, you got to ease off of it. Unless it's your best friend, they're acting like all psycho and crazy, then I was like, yeah, go ahead. You should say something.
my best friend, I've gone off on him.
But at the same
Yeah.
time, it's like, you know, I think teaching people, I think showcasing and teaching people what they bring to the table as a human being is like the first step, right? And I think when you talk to these people, you always have these conversations and texts, whatever it may be, about, you know, I think this is where you should be at. I think this is what you really should strive for. And I think that's what changes their outlook on life. Because, I mean, like, there's a lot of people that never got that type of love.
No.
Right? So they never know
They don't know.
They don't know about who they really are as a person. And they don't know how to communicate because of that. And they don't know how to, like, you know, talk to people because they were always, say example, someone was probably yelled at all the time as a kid, right? And then, you know, the way they talk to people is the way that their parents, you know, talk to them. So
It's
generational.
Yeah, it's
you know?
generational, and you
just go
learn
down,
everything.
You go down, and you learn things like that. I learned things like that, And
Just
you know
like
what I mean?
don't go outside with your hair wet.
Yeah, don't go outside the hair wet.
It's all belief systems that you literally learn from your family that's like passed through generations. And I feel, or I know, and even in readings or when I get signs, that I'll be the first in my family to break all these generational curses.
Well,
But-
I mean, it's not
I think
we
they're not curses, but like it's just what they
doing
say.
it.
Yeah, we're doing it. It's like I'm not gonna be thinking that way or have that mindset.
I think it's our generation, because I mean we have like the same thing, right? But like,
Yeah,
you know, your family. I mean, like, it's kind of funny how our families all somewhat interlink.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, our sisters could be a little crazy at some points. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Our moms could be identical with how difficult they can be and
yeah,
stubborn.
stubborn.
You know, my dad's gone, but your dad's still
Oh
here.
my
But your
gosh.
dad can be a bully sometimes and pick on you and just piss you off at certain
He like
stages in
he
life.
likes to poke the bear big time.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Then we look at like us, right? And it's just we feel so innocent compared to everyone else. But I think at the end of the day, you know, we were like them at some point. You
Well, we didn't know any better,
And we
yeah.
shifted our consciousness, and we shifted a lot of
Through going to therapy and also knowledge, taking classes, reading
well,
books, podcasts.
I think
Yeah.
I mean a lot of that. Like we look at it,
inner
and
wisdom.
we
with
look at it, and we just
meditation.
but we looked at it and we said, okay, this is great, but then we didn't utilize it, right? And then in the same situation, God's like, okay, I'm gonna put the same thing over and over again, and it took so many
Oh, wow.
times of like that to you to realize certain
I
things, and for me to
know.
realize certain things, and even if I said something or you said something to me, you know, we didn't really know how to like talk to each other about
Yeah.
stuff, right? Or just in general. And I think that's it came to the realization. I was like, okay, like if we're gonna make things work and be on the same page, you know, we have to like really discuss everything. And I think our morals have changed too, because now we've been talking more about starting a family, about buying a home,
Yeah.
and really working on inner peace and having gratitude and appreciate more of what we have instead of, you know,
Oh,
playing the
that's
victim. You
Oh,
know?
sorry. Go ahead.
What?
Oh no, that was another thing I forgot that was in my meditation is that I also heard all you do is complain about what you don't have and what you fear, or just you're lacking gratitude in your life. And I really realized like shit, like I'm so focused on
I could have told you that.
I know. I'm so focused on all these fucking problems and not looking for the solutions. That's another thing we've learned through Audrey. So,
We are, like Merlin said that today in the reading
Mm-hmm.
was, we are the solution.
Yeah.
So we are the solution to all the problems that we create. We can
Mm-hmm.
uncreate them, or we can not. You know, or we can just deal with
yeah.
them.
And what's crazy is like I'm hearing all this in my meditation and how freaking you go get your reading. And I didn't even tell you any of this until
It's a belief system. That's what Nick
no,
told
but
me.
I'm saying that I didn't even. It's crazy that you got a reading with talking about solutions and a lot of the things that I was talking about that I got in my meditation. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
You got that in your reading? I literally heard this in my meditation. I haven't even told you, so I was tripping out on that. But that's like pretty cool. But even when I was walking Cody, I was just thinking of like, I need to start finding more gratitude, and I have gratitude in my life, and it's just like
Well,
like
but sometimes you didn't like. You can say it, but didn't really mean it, right?
Yeah.
When you mean it and you live in it and live in that energy field,
Yeah.
it shifts. It does shift your consciousness, right? And so, the way you were coming off as you were stressing me out. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like I'm full-time entrepreneur,
yeah,
right? And I'm saying to her like, how am I supposed to please myself and please my wife into getting everything that she wants, right? And that caused me more stress within myself. And I said, gosh damn, dude, am I ever gonna get a break from her? Like, you know, like there's just
I just get
there's
in my-
there's-
I get in
there's
my
so
head
much
so much.
on my plate as it is
Yeah.
as an entrepreneur. And really trying to build the wealth within myself and
Yeah.
the wealth within financials, of course. And you know, and like I'm thinking to myself, okay, how am I going to build more revenue? How am I going to build more clientele? Like I'm putting myself out there more and more, and it could take years, it could take months, it could take weeks. It's all depending on what you believe in, right?
What's your belief system? Having a vision board, being more positive.
But it doesn't help when someone is not in alignment.
No, but I'm just saying that.
Yeah, of course.
But I'm just saying in general, like, it just really made me realize.
You're stressing the hell out of me.
But it just made me realize all this crap because it's learned behaviors, and it's like, I really, after I did this meditation, I felt a huge shift within myself. And I think now that it's also Mercury retrograde, it's also, I believe this Mercury retrograde is looking within yourself, reflecting. And it's like, not only do you have technology issues, but it's going inward to fix the same patterns that keep happening over and over, to change that. So I'm like, okay, I'm changing this. I feel the shift. And I felt at peace also in this meditation, and also too with reflecting on all my values. It's like, okay, well, what do I value in a person? This is like my friendships and people I surround myself with. It's like I want to be surrounded by people that are uplifting.
Yeah.
Somebody that cheers me on for my successes. Someone that wants me to be a better version of myself. They're there for all my wins, and even if it's like something bad happens, they're still there for me. Just someone that makes me laugh. Someone I could just thrive with in life. And I'm really thinking about like friendships that way. It's like, okay, now going forward, if I'm vibing at a certain way, like this is my frequency of being in love and positivity. If somebody wants to be in that lower vibrational where it's like, you're just shit talking, you're a Debbie Downer, I can't be around that anymore.
Well, I mean,
it's just too much.
You can even see the shift within our running club too. You know, like it's interesting because like people come in and out of the club. You know, people want to come and run. Some people have other things going on in their life. You know, it is what it is. You know, we're happy that people come out still. I mean, look, it's cold at night. No one wants to run. No one wants to exercise. But people are coming out. And
people that show up to run.
People are showing up just to run. Even
real MVP right there.
Even if it's 10 people, 15. I mean, like, give or take, we always have a good small group or a bigger group, you know, depending on the time of the day and whatnot. But, like, we're just happy to have people come out and support us, you know, because we're building this vision that we want.
And even if
we're creating more value
yeah.
Within the community of, you know, like Run Free wasn't really on the map as much as in like people are like, oh, I kind of heard of them. But now with the backup of all the athletes I train, all the club members, other people that come out from other clubs, you know, we all appreciate and thank you guys for promoting that kind of stuff. But, you know, I think we're bringing more to Camarillo than what we think. You know? And I think it all starts from, you know, the bottom of the ladder, and we're finding new ways of creating this brand that we want, right? And I mean, this is why we started a podcast. We wanted to be just we wanted to be more than just a running group. That was our whole thing, was what else can we offer to the community other than Run Club?
Well, what's our foundation for our brand, body, mind, and spirit? I mean, we don't always talk about it announce it out loud during our group runs, but it's so nice that I've actually met so many like-minded people. I'm like, wait, you know who Tom Selleck is, or you know who this person is? Oh my gosh.
I mean,
or Paul Selleck. Oh my god, I said his name wrong.
And there's also people like.
But even if they don't, but they want to know.
There's also people that like are Christian-based,
Christianity
that I've had conversations with, and there's people that are, you know, like, that don't believe in that. And there's some people that are just like spiritual in the sense where, you know, they could be agnostic, or they believe in like more of a Buddha kind of thing.
Yeah,
I mean,
it doesn't really matter. It's just great to have conversations with
having
people.
These one-on-one conversations, you know, and that's what we want to bring to the table with our Run Free brand. It's just a way to.
Well, we say a way to connect, and I believe that when you are able to talk to people, because I think a lot of times, like growing up, I was always embarrassed to talk about this, and even till this day embarrassed to talk about it. But then you find somebody like, oh, you like crystals too?
Carlos
Yeah.
was talking about that,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh shit, I didn't realize he
Carlos?
was. I know.
I didn't know that.
And he was talking about spirituality and
Oh, he's
universe
so cool.
and stuff, and I was like, oh shit, I didn't know that. And
Carlos and his raccoons, Pedro.
yeah, and we have a lot of things in the
Yeah.
works too with the Run Free. We're really trying to build it, not just in the running community, but other things, which we'll probably announce sometime when they announce it. But we're really gonna start. We're really thinking of the bigger picture, thinking big, and thinking like, what else can we bring to this community of runners and non-runners. And we're doing our best. We're thinking outside the box. I mean, I'm really trying to like push as much as I can. And some people see it and some people don't. It doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, it's me. It's me versus me, like I said. And I'm the one that's going to be out there doing the work. And there's a lot behind the scenes that people don't know about. I mean, it can be exhausting sometimes, especially trying to upload a podcast for 2.5 hours on Spotify, which gives me
Well, I thank you that you do that, because I'm not good with
But,
technology sometimes.
Because I'm Asian.
No, I didn't say
Just
that.
kidding. But I think at the end of the day, it's I keep saying that, but I think for us, we're just happy to show up every day, wake up in the morning, showing more gratitude, showing more appreciation, and really just enjoying the process of life and the next journey and next chapters, because we have like 24 day, no, 22
Oh my
days.
gosh.
22 days left now until the end of the year. So what are we going to do in the next 22 days? Like this Wednesday,
Oh,
we
our,
have
our
our holiday party. Hopefully I can get the episode uploaded tomorrow. And so whoever listens to this.
we're
but
also gonna run through the Christmas lights.
we're doing Christmas lights run. And then we have
that big run with the Ventura
the Ventura scene with like 12 I
Run
think
Clubs.
12
That's
or
on the
14.
17th.
Yeah, it's
December
coming up.
17th at
And so
6.
that's gonna be cool to finally
p.m.
meet more people in the community, right? And then
And then I have my women's empowerment run, which I have a lot.
that's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, it's going to be really good. I don't want to give out too much, but I'll be doing a post within this week about it.
And that will be on a Saturday.
It's going to be an intention run, so I'll give out all the details of that.
I'll be out there taking pictures, most likely, or
Yeah.
maybe.
I need to, yeah, so you'll just be out there to take pictures, because I'm not good at taking pictures.
But I think also, I mean, like, yeah, we're just trying to close out the year, just showing how much we love everyone that's come out and support us. We're working on new designs for shirts and singlets and a bunch of other things and tote bags.
Yeah.
Like, we're really trying to think we're really trying to offer more and really think of new ways to attract more runners and non-runners to come out and be with us. And, it's funny because one of the girls that just started running with us, Bianca, we were talking for a long time because she was running all these half marathons, and I would give her advice, and then we started following each other on social media, and then today she posted something about friendships and like meeting the new people and having those people inspire her to be a better runner, maybe better in life, whatever it may be. And I'd done like a small reading on her before, and we've talked, but I didn't realize how much we have done that for people.
Yeah,
know?
I've done that too with people, like giving them reading. It just
But that's
comes
just
out.
that,
It
but I
just
mean, like,
naturally comes out. So if
But it's not
somebody-
just a reading aspect.
No, I know that,
it's
but I'm just saying
what
that
we
just-
bring
yeah.
to them. It's inspiring knowing
Yeah.
that like they see us as these new friends now, and they can look at us and ask us questions, because we all have the same belief system. But like, it's so trippy to see that. Like, I don't think about that kind of stuff. I don't think like. Sometimes I just think of it as like I show up to the run. I have a good time. I run. We talk. Some running, maybe not some running. Get to know each other, but it's also really cool to see like people be like, man, like I hope to be like you one day as fast as you are. I hope to do this. I'm like, dude, I hope just to be alive each and every day, right? And,
Yeah.
And live a life worth living, right? And that was like one of the posts I wrote was. Sometimes that my favorite band's Bane said that, sometimes it's death that sets us free, right? And I think about that. I'm like, man, like, I feel like we should be free every day, you know, from.
What is that quote that you liked? From that song about
Let me see.
You know what I'm talking about.
Let me see, because I need to look at my.
I thought
post now.
weren't you getting it tattooed?
Let me see.
Oh my gosh, I'm like blanking on.
I don't know, dude, what quote you're talking about. Now you got me thinking.
It's on. You posted it on your post. Now I'm looking.
Now I'm like, okay, what is she talking about? Because I don't remember anything that she's talking about. But I don't even know, babe. I have no idea what you're talking
Wasted life is worse
When did I
than
post that?
death. November 18th. That's a quote
What
from.
post is it? Oh, that one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wasted life is
Yeah.
worse. I can't even talk worse.
Well,
than
wasted
death.
life is worse than death. Yeah. And I didn't really think about that, but they wrote that, you know, and that's the same song.
Yeah.
And every time I hear that song, I think of my buddy Rion that passed away years ago. He was young. I think he was like a year older than me. And that was like almost 3 years ago. 2021, right? So
Yeah.
damn, he would have
Yeah.
been 40. He would have been.
He was the oldest. We
He
used to
would've
make
been-
fun of him
He would
for
have been
being the
41.
oldest.
He would have been 41 on
Yeah.
January 6th.
Well, yeah,
this
that's.
coming.
I
So.
think that's another realization that I've had too. Is just like, you just want to live your life as peacefully, and again, like what you said, it's like we create our own problems. Yes, there's outside factors that contribute, but at the end of the day, we're the ones that control our reality and make that choice. It's like you either want to stay in the problem or find the solution. And I've been more in this, I'm finding solutions. I'm not going to stay in problems. I definitely don't want to be in other people's problems.
Yeah, of course not.
Even though I always try to be helpful and want to fix things, but like you said, it's not my place.
Yep.
But I'm always here to
Of course.
give advice and listen, but I will not participate in shit talking. Like, that is, leave me alone.
Yeah. And I think we're probably close to that hour. We're close to an
Yeah.
hour, right, Ed? Or a little more than that? So, I think it might be time to call this episode done.
I know. Done.
We've
so.
been rambling on about communication and value, but before we head
We didn't really
out-
talk too much about communication, but that
I
could
mean,
be
we give
another...
examples.
Examples, yeah.
And I think,
a little bit.
I mean, I think at the end of the day, it's really like communicate in a way where it doesn't create chaos. Communicate in a way where you feel like your voice is heard.
Yeah.
Communicate in a way to what you want and what you want to manifest. Really, like figure out ways that you can create that in your life, right?
And clear your throat chakra.
And clear your throat chakra in both ways. You know.
Oh my god.
That was a joke.
I know, because I was
Something.
talking about culos earlier.
But, you know, what I wanted to just leave it as is, you know your value, you know your worth, you know what you can bring to the table. Just allow yourself to be in that process, in that journey, and things will be coming your way as long as you allow it to be there. So keep yourself in that alignment, keep yourself in love, keep yourself in peace, keep yourself in calm. It's chaos right now. It's
Especially
Christmas
with the
time.
yep.
Black Friday's done. We have 3 more holidays: Christmas Eve, Christmas, and then New Year's Eve, and then oh my God, New Year's. So it's like crazy back to back to back, right? So make sure you protect yourself divinely. Pray, meditate, whatever it is. Just do it.
Go out in nature. Go run. If you're having a hard time with just everyday life, talk to someone. Journal. Get it out of you. You're not alone in anything that you're going through. You could always reach out to somebody. Even if you have no one to talk to, you can reach out to me or Brandon. We're always here to talk, and we get it. No one's perfect. I grew up in a certain way, but I changed it. And
It's all belief
yeah,
systems.
belief
so
systems.
show more belief in yourself, and things will show up for you. And I think we're going to call it a wrap because we're way over and we have to head home now. So thank you again for listening. We appreciate you all. This is episode number 8. Ocho,
yeah. And Feliz Navidad.
Yeah. And then we will record hopefully another couple weeks, maybe if not beginning of next year.
Yeah.
So stay tuned. We'll figure it out.
And happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Happy shopping. And we'll see you guys soon. And,
you can buy me crystals for Christmas. No, I'm just kidding.
And have a great one, guys.
All right,
Take care.
bye.
Bye.
Sweet, I'm so tired you treat me this way. And I'm human, treat me this way. Sweet, I'm so tired